valve adjustment. Very easy task to do. This is the factory manual. This is the Haynes manual. I usually copy the Haynes one, the cell phone picture. I just print it out, keep that on the windshield to keep my bearings. The two start out in different spots. This one's got 10 and 12 fully compressed. This one's got 1 and 3 fully compressed. It doesn't matter where you start. As long as you start with 2 compressed valves, you're just going to end up right back where you end up anyways. And so anyways, yeah, have your notes ready, and then we'll look at stuff. The collect would be a good flathead screwdriver you got a good grip on. I use a tape and a marker to mark some stuff. 1/2-inch wrench. I use these to mark the valves I'm going to adjust. You see I took the little feet off because those will fall off and fall inside your engine. I'll show you how I use that in a little bit. Then you need feeler gauge. You don't want to use a spark plug one. You can use the flat ones. I've been using them for years. However, you do get a more accurate reading with the tapered ones. So I do recommend using a tapered fit like this, which gets right at the tip of that valve. And then I usually document with the go, no go. So I have an 8, 10, and 12. And even if you don't do that, I mean, I usually put all 3 out. I always know the one in the middle, however I grab it, is going to be the ideal one that you want. Is 0.010 inches. This is ready to go. Then start disassembling. Kill your battery. And then you want to remove this hose, and this hose, and these 3 nuts, and get your valve cover off. So this is disconnected to the side, 3 bolts off, flame arrestor to the side, and I've tucked this brake booster hose, disconnected it from the banjo, and so we are ready to get this popped off. I may need to pry it up a little bit, but it'll come shake. Plopped right up. Usually do a little examination here. A little bit tarnished, but looking okay. Usually check to make sure the cotter pin is in good shape on the end here, and the super important screw is intact and tight. And the next step is to remove the spark plug wires and take the 6 spark plugs out. Make sure you document what wire goes to where and what spark plug goes to where. You can put them right back where you found them. I use a cheap boot grabber myself, but you can just grab them by hand and get all your wires off. What I've done in the past is I've labeled all of them on the underside so you can see it. There's a 1. See, here's a 2. That way I can always get them right back where they need to be very quickly. Plugs down in order. My choice of plugs is NGK BP6ES. Of course, you can clean them up, document their condition, and check the gap before you put them in. Take a rag and wipe all this. I already did that. You want to do that. You want to do all this before you take the plugs out. You don't want anything falling in the holes. And then the best way I found to turn the engine over, if you still have your fan, is to use put a pair of garden gloves on and use your left hand. Because you use your right hand, you pinch it in here about 1,000 times. So the best thing to do is get in here like this and then pull. And then you can watch your valves go up and down. So that seems to work pretty good for me. Next we're going to do a quick label. Painter's tape. And here's your valves you're going to adjust on this side. And or you can label it on the other side too. But starting from the front of the engine, 1 through 12. Do this. Press, we're going to adjust 10 and 12. So I'm going to label 10. 12, so I know which ones I'm adjusting. And now we're going to work on getting 1 and 3, which is these 2. So what we want these 2 right here fully compressed. So you're going to turn the engine until these are fully compressed down, that means the valves are open. You're just gonna have to kind of get a feel. We want 1 and 3. We can just start turning the engine. Oh, you see they're both going down now. It's probably it there. I'll check it a little bit carefully. But in theory, 10 and 12 will be a little bit loose, which they are. They got a little bit of lash in them, and that's when you start the checking process. So 10 and 12 have a little bit of lash. It's good. Now you can do your go or no go testing. 8 goes, 10 goes, 12 does get in there, so this one's a little bit loose. So you can document number 10 is a little loose. 8 is good. 10 is good. 12 does not get in there, so more than likely this valve is okay. I'm going to leave that one alone probably. This one I'm going to tighten up a little bit. All right, so we determined that 12 was nice and tight on 10 and a no-go on 12. So this one was a little bit loose. So I like to hold this down, break it loose. Of course, I'm on the other side of the vehicle now. I'm going to turn it maybe a quarter of a flat. And then I'm going to tighten it up. And I'm going to get my feeler gauges out. And I'm gonna check it again. So, there we go. Go, good. Go, good. No go. All right, so we're gonna write this down that this one's adjusted to 10. And we'll document that it was a little loose. So when I do this again next year, if this one's loose again, you know, it means the valve, the exhaust is, something's wearing a little bit in there and it's seating, something's going on. So you're just doing it for documentation. So that one's done. So we did 10 and 12. Now we're gonna do 2 and 5. So we're gonna move this to 2 and move this to 5. There we go. And then we're looking at 8 and 11. So we're gonna pull that fan till 8 and 11 are fully compressed down. And you just keep moving down. So this is open, fully compressed. And then this is the ones that you're gonna adjust on this side. You go like this. Doot, 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 doot. And then you're done. Good luck, guys. Ended up with 2 a little loose, number 10, number 8. So I'll just save this sheet. Next time I do this, I'll see if those are loose again. Other than that, they're all in really pretty good shape. And the reason I'm doing these is because I'm going to do a compression test, and I want to make sure the valves are properly adjusted for doing the compression test.